Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Esther. I hope you had amazing Rosh Hashanah, the cosmic, the universal New Year, the two judgment days we just passed. And we right now in a frame of super important days. Every day of the week after Rosh Hashanah and before Yom Kippur, it's considered the day which is represent the whole day of the entire year. So, for example, Monday represent every Monday, the whole every Monday of the entire year, the Tuesday, and so on. So, I hope we all really super focus. We keep our energy what we receive on Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah. It's really it's the universal. It's a cosmic 2 days, which is giving us opportunity to completely rejuvenate our connection with our higher self. And you really feel like you receive something extra. It's not just energy on the sense of you feel better. You receive your vessel expanded, especially if you were part of the preparation, the months of Elul, all 30 days prior to Rosh Hashanah, and so on. If you are new to my channel and what I'm telling you right now, it's completely new to you, no worries. It's a welcome, and I hope you can still find here really important and essential information, really what is really cosmic energy about, and why everything what's happening in the upper level in the cosmos, it's only here to serve us and for us here in our dimension to learn how to work together with cosmos and all the cosmic bodies, all the planets and constellation. Now, before I'm going to explain to you what is really Yom Kippur about, which is it's the most important day of the whole entire year because it's the only day we're connecting to directly to the feminine side of the Creator. I'm gonna share with you absolutely unbelievable video, short video from my dear teacher Rav Berg, and then I will show you as well in the Tree of Life reality with the 10 Sfirot. I will explain to you, and I will try in a very simple way explain to you what's actually happening in 25 hours this upcoming Monday. We're going to have Yom Kippur, and how to prepare and how to really to benefit from the day. And I have to tell you guys, if the whole world knew really what's happening on Yom Kippur, the whole humanity will be part of it. They will. It's such a pity. Then we're trying to reach as more people as possible because we have unbelievable opportunity, the cosmic opening, which is given to us, to our soul, to connect with our higher self. It's our birthright, and it's really up to us in a sense to expand our vessel. It's really up to us to expand our desire and to ask more questions, and not to be blind, and not to just to follow things, to study, to understand what is really for you. Now, let's just look for now what's happening in the cosmic energy for this week, because this week I will be as honest as I always been with you. It's a challenging week. The whole week we have a squares and we have oppositions and we have the moon challenge by Pluto and Saturn and we have and it's beautiful thing. I will tell you why. Because when we receive such an extra soul, the light of creator want to make sure then we're ready to keep. This is how I see it. Because this week it's one of the challenging week of the whole entire year. I can see it. And therefore we need to understand there's never nothing happening in the cosmic level without really considering what's happened here in a low level, because it's always as above so below, as below so above. So it's all connected. We live in a parallel universe. And another thing I want to mention to us, just think about the concept of we exist. It's actually a Kabbalistic concept, and this is how the dimensions work. We right now exist in our past, our present, and the future. We exist right now in all the dimensions. But what's really important about the present, to be really aligned with the now, really to be present in every moment what you do, by being present, by recognized, by using your power, which is your spirituality, connecting with your soul, you can change completely your reality, and you can change your tikkun, in the assignment you receive for your soul. You don't need to be stuck with the same homework you're born with. You completely can finish and start completely new destiny. And the way it's done, by doing your work now, by being present, by being aligned, by using all spiritual tools, you affecting your past. Even you changing your past now with that, and you completely change your future. This is how powerful every tools, everything what we have. So let's see right now what we have in here on the in the sky. In video today afternoon at you can see at 19 Tuesday. So moon still in Libra, and she's slowly moving forward to Scorpio. So what it's mean for us? So for the next few days, moon's going to be in Scorpio. And moon in Scorpio, she's debilitated, even though it's a water sign, but it's water of fire. And as you know, moon does not feel really well in Scorpio because um, of the intense energy and speculation and a lack of trust, which is this type of energy can produce to us. What else happened in this day? Let's look more closer. So on 20th, we have a couple of things happening. Sun trine Pluto. When Sun trine Pluto, it's really helping us to think everything, like to see deep things in more revealed way, which is a good thing. This is a positive thing, because when Sun trine Pluto, when they work together, Pluto can provide different understanding of everything, of sustenance, different understanding of deep knowledge, of esoteric knowledge. So I see this as an excellent combination. But because the moon in Scorpio and it's square by Saturn, it's make us oversensitive. For the next few days, we're gonna feel literally the restriction is the really the word we can use. It's like a really, I will consider restriction as a blessing of the sky for this week. And what I mean by restriction, this is the time when we really need to reconnect to our emotions and to ask ourselves, really, what does the emotion represent for us? Like really, because when we're going to have another combination, when fire in earth, when moon going to transfer after, and we have few combination very strong, which is fire in earth. They are not in easy mix, because the fire element goes outward and it wants expansion, while the earth element goes inward and wants to be preserved, to keep energy inside. So we're going to really feel this polarity, and a certain level of fear and anger can be awakened in humanity. I'm not talking about particularly you who's listening to my video, because all of us who work on a spiritual process, who understand, then we here to be not actors, not to be involved in everything, just to know how to zoom out and to observe ourselves and observe the situation and other actors which is playing around us. So it's really important. So when fear and anger, when we look closely to our fears, the point is not to stay there, but to find the light inside of the darkness. It's up to us to find the light. For example, if there's a fear of confrontation, or fear of being rejected, or fear of not being loved, or fear not to be understood, try to find what stands behind and what leads to this fear. Do the same for the anger. For any lack you feel, do the same thing. Trying to understand the source, the essence of. You can use Kabbalistic tools, because it's really it's everything in front of us. You remember, I always have a video, 72 names of God, all the angels, the Anabekoch, the 42 portals was given to us by creation in order for us to be in control in our limited reality, right? So it's really important. Now, if we are talking about the 20th, the September 20th, it's Wednesday. Now, Wednesday represented by Mercury. In Hebrew, it's called Kochav, and it's Hermes, right? And this is the day when, the key of the day of Wednesday, it's always, trickster, like scientific, inventor, and the mind, right? Because it's about mind. So make sure you understand this particular day as well. On Wednesday, it's going to be people behave more sensitive. So now you're aware and you know even more, than it's going to require additional tools, more restriction, more wisdom, and more understanding, right? So next one, we're going to move on Thursday and we're going to go on 21st. And let's see what's happened next day we have on 21st. So now our beautiful moon in Scorpio, and she's actually touching 22 degree to touching really important star Sabik. Now, what's happened here on that day? On that day, we have couple combinations. So on Thursday, number one, Thursday represented by Jupiter. In Hebrew, we call tzedek. And Jupiter, it's all about spirituality. It's all about wisdom, wisdom keeper, right? It's righteous. It's about how we can travel with our mind, even all over the world, to understand different spirituality. So on this particular day, Moon in Scorpio, as you can see, and it's quintus Jupiter, and it's create yacht, you can see, with Mars. So Moon will be expanded by Jupiter, which is, it's a good thing. If you know how to use it, you'll have a bigger desire to understand things. So make sure you'll have a big desire to understand things which will improve your life. And then it's create yacht with Mars. So Mars can continue to create, because Mars represents Scorpio, right? And Moon in Scorpio. So Moon gonna create a little bit, she's gonna feel a little bit like she's under attack emotionally. So you know that. And if you have people who oversensitive, who perhaps they have a challenge, to restrict with the emotions, be super loving with them and be super loving with you. This is the week. This is the week, like I said, because we receive on Rosh Hashanah extra soul. We receive new soul. We receive new understanding about our vessel, new understanding about what is our place in the society. Therefore, a light of creator wants to make sure really in order for us to keep it, what we receive. It's not enough to receive. It's the next step. It's know how to keep it and then how to use it. So this is another thing. Now, for the next day, we're going to have on Friday, it's going to be Friday 22nd. Let's move on, because our moon, beautiful moon, she's actually traveling to Sagittarius. Now, moon in Sagittarius, even though Sagittarius represent fire, but because Sagittarius is still represented by Jupiter, moon feel surprisingly better in Sagittarius than in Scorpio. Because Sagittarius is still about happiness. It's still about expansion of the knowledge and the wisdom, right? So this is why we need to take this to consideration. Now, what's happened really in the 22nd? On 22nd, we have a moon. After she moved to Sagittarius, she's quintus by Uranus. And what's happened? In overall societies in the world, in overall government, we're gonna see even more things going to be revealed in order for us to make a changes, in our societies, in the political arena, in our own life. So we need to, and again, the Friday, right? Friday represented by Venus, but what more important, this is the Friday of the all Fridays. We're preparing for energy of Shabbat, of Saturday. And Friday, it's really recommended in general, Friday after 12 afternoon, try not to do any business if you can afford it. Try to, to prepare yourself for Shabbat. Just we usually we cook for Shabbat, and we communicate with our families, and we occupied with our studies. And if you can, it will be great. If you're working and you need to continue with your daily routine, just make sure you're really in tune, you're really in charge of everything what's happening around you, on a sense of you in charge and you letting go. You in charge and you letting go. It's like a tango. You in control. I meant to say you in control and you letting go. This is constant movement, okay? You in control of your emotions. You in control what comes from your mouth. You in control of first what comes to your thoughts, how you control your mind, because your mind, you are not your mind. And your mind needs to know that. You need to remind your mind every morning. You have to tell him good morning, and I know you're here, and you in control what thoughts you want to stay with you, what thoughts actually it's you invite them, or they just came uninvited, which is 95% of thoughts coming from other side. So This is really, really important. But what interesting about Moon in Sagittarius, which is it's going to continue in Shabbat and Saturday, Moon in Sagittarius, she on subconscious levels helping us to expand our desire for knowledge, for spirituality, and it's really good thing. And again, Uranus, what I love about Uranus, Uranus doesn't play any games behind the scene. Uranus, it's everything in front of you. He revealed it's sudden events, it's sudden. So things definitely happen all over the world. But for the people who in spirituality, for people who understand, then our vibration, everything what we do, it's affecting because we control atom, the mind over matter, right? We're saying in as well in Aramaic, "Sof maaseh b'machshava telah." So our thoughts create reality. This is our motto. We need to constantly keep this in mind. Now, on 23rd on Shabbat, when Moon still in Sagittarius, she's going to trine Jupiter, while Mars squaring Moon and Quintus Uranus. So on Shabbat, thank God it's going to be, Shabbat and Saturday. This is definitely interesting combination cosmically we have. And look what's happened. And Moon, she's in 20 degree and she's exactly in the hand of Sagittarius before shooting. Especially because in Shabbat, I really recommend this particular Shabbat to try to speak less as you can, like really to the point, in constantly to be aligned with the now. Like you eat, you only think about what you eat now. You listen to Torah or you study. This is only you try to really to be in control and not to come from the alignment. First of all, it's extremely important Shabbat. It's Shabbat before Yom Kippur. It's Shabbat before we're going to really connect to the highest of the highest, the feminine side of the Creator. And the energy we're going to receive on Shabbat, the knowledge, the all the angels come on Shabbat. It's going to support us and help us in the upcoming Yom Kippur. So definitely use the Shabbat properly and it's going to this Shabbat is the Shabbat of all the Shabbatot, because this is the Shabbat, which is really, it's like a vehicle for us to arrive and to stand in front of Creator on Yom Kippur, right? So we need to keep this in mind. And then let's move on Sunday, the day before Yom Kippur. And the moon moved to Capricorn and she's conjunct with Pluto. This is really interesting. It's it's like you arrive to Olympics to show the creation what you really, how you prepare yourself and how you're planning to move for the whole entire year, and you've been preparing for certain exams, and you suddenly arrive and they're showing you completely different topic. You prepare for one topic and they're giving now a different, and you need to make sure you prepare for this. So this is how I see this combination, because when the moon conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, it's going to kind of little bit activate some kind of insecurity, financial insecurity, the insecurity of what is the future hold with everything, what's happened financially. Make sure you're not giving energy into it. Make sure you completely passing by this information and you stay connected. You really align with now. You're really part of the present. It's extremely important. Remember what I'm telling you guys. When the moment comes, this is really, really important. This is what counts, right? While the lunar nodes, don't forget, they are big time preparing to really, really soon to move, change positions, right? In end of October, we're going to have lunar nodes. I'm working on a really important video. It's some of us, it's going to be so many changes in our lives. I'm going to explain for 12 signs. Watch for my video. Hopefully I can do before Shabbat, God willing. I have a little bit busy schedule with sessions plus preparation for Rosh Hashanah. We have guests and it's so much going on, but I will try to do my best to prepare for you another video before Shabbat. So on Sunday, one thing we need to remember, while moon conjunct Pluto, Sun quintus Saturn. So it's really interesting. I do believe Sun really here with Saturn to support us and to help us with the higher knowledge, with the deep knowledge, because with the Pluto, you cannot be just washy-washy. With the Pluto, you need to be really strong. You need to confront Pluto. By confronting Pluto, not letting all this uncertainty, all the safek, right? What is the safek? Amalek, Safek, it's one of the worst quality for spiritual being to have. It's when you're uncertain, when you don't believe of the cause and effect, how the light of creator works, how on this dimension things work. So this is something really, really important for us to remember on Sunday as well. So this, like I told you guys, it's interesting week, right, to say the least, but we're ready for it, and the nothing happening ever and in our life in light of creator never send us any lessons or any situation without for us to have a vessel for it. If it's arrived, it's in our life, so it's mean we know how to handle and we know what to do and how to transform, because you cannot cancel or remove anything. It's all about transformation. You have the energy, you transform the energy, because energy never disappear, and there's no coercion in spirituality. Now, no further ado, I want to share with you unbelievable important video with my dear teacher, very short video with Rav Berg. And after this video, I will show you on the image how from the tree of life, 10 Sfirot, how the Yom Kippur gonna work. I think this information, if you're really new to Yom Kippur or you just start the journey, hopefully it's information gonna help you. So let me just share a video with my teacher.
On Yom Kippur, to ensure that we have a year of total happiness, total briut, total good health, there is no choice but to connect directly to the source of energy. When the body becomes fully energized as it should, then it has that amount of energy which lasts always for 1 year. This process is repeated each and every single year. From Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, this is the period that we are to become energized. Reduced energy means that klipot can set in, everything else can set in. It would be inevitable that we must suffer throughout the year. And the purpose of Yom Kippur, the purpose of the Creator, was to make manifest His energy so that people should not have to suffer. This is what Yom Kippur means. It means the revelation of Bina on that day, whether you're prepared for it or whether you're not prepared for it. The only difference of observing or not observing, of fasting or not fasting, is the extent of preparing the vessel and handling this kind of energy. Because the more the desire to receive for oneself alone is involved, in other words, if you eat, what's the problem of eating? Is it a religious right not to eat on Yom Kippur? No. What is energy? Energy has one characteristic: sharing. If I become involved, to whatever extent I become involved with the body, and then we know the internal energy intelligence of the body is only one aspect, the desire to receive for oneself alone. Here are two energy intelligences that are opposed to each other. Therefore, the Torah advised us not to eat on Yom Kippur, to do as many aspects of deprivation where the body is not stimulated to the extent that it feels itself that it exists. That's the purpose. Therefore, the similarity with the light, the affinity with the light, is total. And in that way, we can get the totality of the energy, whereas someone who is stimulating his body, whether through oils or through eating, then, in essence, he's creating a dissimilarity, a disunity, a disharmony with the light.
Hi guys, so I hope you get the essence, because there's nothing better than listening to Kabbalists, because the Kabbalists explain everything in the spiritual scientific level. So everything will make sense when you study Kabbalah, when you understand what's really cause and effect, how the world of angels work, what is how the atoms, how we create the matter with our thoughts, with our behavior. We become completely different spiritual being, more powerful. Now, what I want us to understand about the Yom Kippur allow us to be born as a new. And Yom Kippur is the emission that can completely remove every attachment of negativity we have, whatever we brought even from past life. But the negativity can be released only if we were completely immersed. So this means through examination of ourselves, we need to really understand to be completely truthful to ourselves. It's really, really important, by completely to expanding all desire to receive for this, for the to receive for the self alone. We need to remove the desire to receive for the self alone. We can be cleansed and ready to completely understand what is the mission in life, what is the purpose, in the life. It's really important. Now, the reason we don't, like Rav explained, we don't eat on Yom Kippur. We don't eat on Yom Kippur. We don't have sexual relation on Yom Kippur. We don't wear leather shoes because leather represents malchut, and there's the energy of animal, and it can keep our energy down. We actually spiritually high on Yom Kippur. I'm going to show you here in Tree of Life. Let me just expand it a little bit, okay? So this is the world. If you know Tree of Life, 10 sphirot, right? We have 10 dimensions. The dimension we all live, and this is the only dimension contain time, the linear time, right? It's called Malchut. Now, on Yom Kippur, it's the only day, and as well, we do have the day, which is a day of love, Tu B'Av. We're connecting to Binah as well, but nothing like Yom Kippur. And as well on Purim, we connect to Binah on certain level. But on Yom Kippur, we're connecting to the essence. So this is the Binah. You see, this is the Keter. This is the highest of the highest. We don't even have a capacity to understand really what is the Keter. We don't have capacity according to, when the creation working to give us opportunity to practice here in this dimension, in this limited reality, in the body, in a human body, our soul using human body in order to practice what is to be God, right? So, but when we're in the body, we don't have capacity to understand Keter. We just not. We don't understand how universe work. What is the, what is after university? What is the expansion? And then we have Chokhmah. Chokhmah is like I'm giving you right now, crash course on the 10th Sfirot. Chokhmah represent our mind. It's represent the right column energy, and it's represent our mission in life. The righteous used to, just by touching our hand and by hearing our pulse, through the our pulse in our body, it's actually directly connected to Or Chokhmah as well, which is invisible reality. It's not something you can touch, right? It's like our meridian, our energy. And this is represent our wisdom, our mind. Then we have Binah. Binah was created by Chokhmah as well, because the hay which was given to Binah was been taken from Or Chokhmah. Now this is the males. This is, let's put in simple word. This is male side of creator, and this is the female side of creator. Okay, just for this conversation. So Binah represent feminine side of creator, Shekhinah, and Binah created Zeranpin. Zeranpin, you see, Zeranpin is well the second name of Zeranpin. It's Ben, son. In Hebrew, son, it's Ben, Bet Nun. Now the Bet, the Ben, it's come from Binah, Bet and Nun. What interesting here, in order for us from Malchut to reach to Binah, we're going to use all the prayers, which is, so we have a lot of prayers. It's called 4 meals. When we're going to do, when we're going to pray by standing in front of creation, have itbadidut, our own conversation with the creator. And we're slowly going to pass by all other 6 sfirot, which is Yesod. We have a Netzach, we have a Hod, we have a Tiferet, central column energy, we have a Chesed, which is represent mercy, and we have Gvura, represent judgment. And then from that, this is like a ladder. By end of the, we actually creating ladder to connect to energy of Binah, feminine side of creator, and receive this energy of life for the whole entire year. This is why my teacher always says, this is the gift given to us on Yom Kippur, not from place of religiosity, but an opportunity to increase and improve the spiritual and physical quality of life in ourselves, in our beings. It's really, really important, because the true transformation is possible for every soul that commits really commitment, to deep contemplation and cleansing. The Yom Kippur, it's like a mikveh for our soul. This is really, really important. And you don't need to be Jewish to celebrate, to be a part of Yom Kippur. The Israelite souls, the 12 tribes, What is to be Jewish in a nutshell? We came from tribe of Judah. For sure, we took upon ourselves responsibility of the final redemption of Mashiach. But we have another 11 tribes who lost. There's so many souls. They don't even, the only way for them to connect to it with the desire to understand light and the essence of the light, not from place just of religiosity, not from place of fear, from place of total alignment with the light. So this is kind of in a nutshell. I wanted to give you introduction. Please share with your friends, share with your family, share with anyone who you think this knowledge, this information can help and improve life. I'm gonna leave under this video link to Kabbalah Center. If you can go on this link, I think they have the up to donation. You can sign for Yom Kippur direct connection with New York. I think we have hundreds of thousand people assigned for it. You can be part of it. And if you're new to it, don't worry. Just give yourself a chance, give yourself permission to take yourself to the next level. Just close your eyes, do meditation, and have the conversation with your higher self, and you will see the wonders, the beauty of this world. It wasn't even open to you yet. So I wish, guys, we say in Hebrew, Gmar Chatima Tova, I wish you to be signed in the book of life. I wish you guys many blessings, to be strong spiritual being, because there's the 2024 waiting for us, very important year for another level of transformation, understanding, and simplicity of our existence, and to understand how we are one with the Creator. Okay, all the best. Much love.